I think it was because we beat a very good Charleston team, as you know. They played well in this tournament. They played us great at our place. And it was going to take an effort like this to be successful, and our guys really stepped up.
Coach, you got a sense there early on in this game that the defense was going to be here to play, as the first 9 shots by College of Charleston, they didn't have points. 0 for their first 9, and you guys were really able to set the tone there early on.
No, absolutely. And we got a little fortunate, too. They missed a couple ones that I think chippies that they normally would make, but it was a much better start than we had, at home. At home they started off, they made their first 7 shots in a row. So for us to turn that around and have them not make any in their first 9 attempts was a really good start.
40-29, Coach, there at the half, and the strength in numbers, it came to the forefront again here today as we have nearly everybody who stepped out onto the floor score points. How dangerous is your team going to be if they can continue to get the same sort of balanced scoring across the board?
I think we have a very good team as long as we continue to play the right way, understanding that our strength, like we said, is in our numbers and everybody's comfortable with their role. Like right now, everybody's being a star in their role, and that allows us to play the way we want to play.
Coach, some season highs here today. 19 assists, that's a season high, and just 5 turnovers. You're going to win a lot of basketball games playing that clean of basketball.
Well, that's what we're striving for, and I can't wait to get back and show our guys the film and talk about, what our standards are. We want to play like this on a more consistent basis. I know it's difficult, but that's what you want to strive for, and our guys were excellent tonight.
Colin Smith, 19 points here today. We had him score 23 in that first go-around, and being able to see a team, the way we did a week ago coming into this game, that's not something you normally get to do as a coaching staff and even as a player.
No, I told our players, it reminds me of being in the NBA where you're in the playoffs, and now you're playing that team again, on a quick turnaround. And so we need to make sure that we were really focused. And our guys were. I think they really bought into that analogy, and they played well.
Well, Grant Riller came into this game, Coach, one of the most lethal scorers in college basketball at 20 per game. We get a boost there in that first half. He plays with 3 fouls, but I also thought that our defense frustrated him.
I thought it did. He's such a good player. I think he's an NBA caliber player. And you can throw a lot of different things at him. He's still going to find a way to put the ball in the basket. But I thought we made him work hard for his baskets. And what we really wanted to do was try not to allow him to make the players around him better, because not only does he average 20-plus points a game, he averages he averages 7+ assists a game. So we wanted to try to make sure he didn't get as many assists, knowing he's going to score some points.
Yeah, he went for 29 his last game out, and we hold him here today to just 17, 3 underneath his point per game total. I mentioned Colin Smith, and he joined us here in our post-game show. Coach, why is he such a gifted, cerebral player?
One, I think he has a really good basketball IQ. I think it starts there, and he really does think the game out well. He plays at his own pace. He very rarely gets sped up, and he's one of the best finishers that I've coached. Around the basket, he finds a way to put the ball in the hole. And when you can do that consistently, you can be very effective.
He wants to be called the charge man, Coach.
You know what? He's also one of the best players I've ever coached to taking the charge. And I've had a few good ones in my career, and he's right up there as one of the best guys to ever step up and take the charge for us.
Yeah, but that goes back to him being that cerebral player, knowing that he's got to get to a point and he's going to lure somebody in to then take that contact.
Absolutely. He sees the play. He sees 1 or 2 plays ahead defensively. That allows him to be, in a good position a lot and make the plays he's making.
Coach, a lot of contributions here today. 4 guys in double figures. Dre Fuller here for you today. He goes for 13. He was big in that first half offensively with 9.
You know what? As good as he was offensively, he was even better defensively. We gave him the assignment of guarding Riller early and wanted to try to do his best to try to make it hard for him, and I thought he did that. And for a freshman to take on that type of assignment against a really good fifth-year senior says a lot about him.
Coach, a successful road trip here out to Anaheim. We've been here since Tuesday. We get to go back home to Orlando. Yeah, you would have liked to won all 3 games, but the past 2 times out, Coach, really putting together collective, solid efforts across the board.
Well, and it's good to see. We've talked about this ever since the season started, where we thought our potential was. I think the guys are starting to realize what we're capable of doing. Now we can't lose this. We've captured it. Now we have to kind of sustain what we're doing.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations to your ball club here tonight.